Okay, well, to start with, I'm going to show you how to put two motorbikes, the CB125F, up onto its centre stand, very easy, and then I'm going to show you how to put the NT650 up on its centre stand. Now, it's a considerably heavier beast at 220 kilos, and the 125 I think is 100 and something kilos. I'll have to look that up, but it's about half the weight. But it doesn't matter. If you're just a small person, you can still do it because it's all about leverage. And I'll show you that any moment. Okay, now, to start with, let's have a look at the 125, Honda CB 125F. Now, it's on its side stand at the moment, as you can see. But what I want to show you in these shots, your kickstand, that's down. Always leave that down when you're doing this, just in case you drop the bike or the bike gets away from you, at least it'll fall on the kickstand. Now there's the rear passenger peg, and here's the kickstand. You can see that's down there. You can see the other leg not touching the ground, and I'm pushing it down via a little peg that's just there. That's important, that peg, because you're going to use that for leverage in a moment. Now, this is important. You can see all the plastic there, whoops, and I just pulled the plastic out. Don't try and pick the bike up by that. You will absolutely wreck it, tear all that off, and it's very expensive to replace. And there's only one screw holds it in there, so it's not very, well, it's a bit delicate, put it that way. But here is your handle. Very nice. That's what we're going to use, and you can see I can get my hand around that. Now, doesn't matter if you've got a small hand, probably better actually, because I've got quite a big hand here, and that's where you get hold of it. Now, I'm going to show you all this in a moment when I can get my partner to hold the camera. But remember that and that. They're the two most important bits. And I'll show you how that all works in a moment. It's on the centre stand, and of course, it's unlocked. You can see. You don't want that locked when you're trying to get it on the centre stand. And you can see it's a very tight space here, so it's very easily usable if you're careful what you're doing. Obviously I don't want to run into all that glass, so the wheels turn slightly to one side. When I take it off the centre stand, I'll move it back 6 inches, drop the centre stand, and plonk, up it'll go on the centre stand and not run into the front glass panels, hopefully. Now let's have a look at the NT650. This is a much bigger beast, twice the weight of the other one, but the same principle applies. There's your kick leg, the gears, the front stand, the pillion peg, which never gets used. Now there's my centre stand. You can see that. There's the leg on the other side, not quite touching the ground. And you can see I've drawn on the ground there, I've got an approximate location of it, so that when I come in onto the hard stand here, I know where it is. Now look what we've got here. We've got a nice handle. Don't hang on to the plastic. Lots of people do, break the plastic, and you can see there's a break there. Somebody's done the job on it. Wasn't me. Okay, hand fits nicely around there, and that's just what you want. No problem at all, because you're going to use that and that for leverage. You're pushing down on one and pulling up on the other. Always leave your centre stand down, your kickstand down, because this is a heavy bike. If this big beastie gets away from you, it'll break your legs if it falls on you. So don't lift the kickstand up first. And that's easy to do, and I'll show you all that in a moment. Now you can see this one's sitting on the hard standing here. In another video I'll show you how easy it is to turn these around when they're up on the kickstand. So let's continue, shall we? Okay, with the bike on its side stand, kick leg here, the first thing I want to do is straighten it up. Now you can see it's a very tight space here, but, and word of caution, leave the kick leg down, because if you suddenly lose control of this thing, you want it at least to fall on the kick leg. Now the next thing you do, with a pair of boots on, don't put your soft house slippers on. See my boots sitting on that peg, on that little offset peg. Now you rock the bike slightly so you can feel it sitting on both of the kickstand legs. Put your hand down on the bar, put your foot hard on that kickstand, push down on the kickstand and pull up on the bar, and there it is up on its centre stand. How easy is that? Okay, here we are with the big one. This is my Honda NT. It's a Doble NT 650. You can see it sitting on the kick leg down here, side stand, and there's the peg. Now I've got my hand down here on this grab bar. Like I said, don't pull on the plastic, you'll rip all your plastic off. This thing here has been designed by these very smart people for just this reason. Now this centre stand is the same. You can see that flat spot on there though, because it's a bigger bike, needs a bit more tread. I've got my foot squarely on that centre stand. Now stand the bike up, leave the kick leg down. Now you can feel it, and you can probably see it just rocking on the centre stand. I can feel both feet are on the ground, both kickstand feet. Just got that balance there. Take hold of the kickstand, keep the thing upright. Now push down on the kickstand and pull up on the hand grip. Push down and pull up. Now why was that extra hard? If you pan along to the front wheel, you'll see the front wheel was off the edge of my little tile pad here. Now if that had been flat on the pad, it would have been a lot easier. Let me show you that. So keep the camera rolling, push it forward, take it off the centre stand. There we go. Now you can see it's back fully on the pad. Put the centre stand down. Make sure it's right on its spot. Hand on the grip, and it just rolls into place. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And you can put your kick leg up so you don't bark your shins on it. Very good. Lock your bike up or start working on it.